I cannot begin to imagine how much stress the developers at BioWare are going through. And I must say, I think we can at this point say that the gaming community is aiming at shutting down BioWare before EA even get a chance to do so. At this point, I hope people with common sense understand that if you hate on Anthem just because of EA, you are literally making the job easier to shut down the studio. I would like to say that this is not a sponsored video. I am not a partner with Anthem or with EA or with BioWare in any shape or form, because if I am, I will be obligated by law to disclose it. So, with that said, let's begin. What the devs developing Anthem have right now is called creative control. I have explained this in the past about how Digital Extremes have creative control with their main owner, Layu Technologies and Perfect World Entertainment. The same thing goes for Bungie, and of course they were strangled a little bit when they did not deliver in sales. Creative control is when a publisher says, do whatever you want, but you must get results. It is the same thing devs at Digital Extremes have, and the same thing devs at Bungie have, and other studios have the same as well. This is the first time in BioWare's history that they've allowed the community of gamers to see the behind the scenes of projects. This is the first time they are doing developer streams, and I really appreciate them for showing that. They are using things that worked with other games and the best things from other communities. The hate train for Anthem right now is narrowed to two groups, and it's sad to see it. One group is a group who has no money to spend on games, and of course you have the other group who is a group who has money to spend on games, but they're just hating on the developer or the publisher. I can bet you that most people will not feel the same way about Anthem if Anthem publicizes itself as a free-to-play game. If they say, you know what, Anthem is coming out and it's going to be a free-to-play game. The developers themselves have said that microtransactions are going to be cosmetic only, and I don't know how much that can be emphasized. They talked about releasing free DLCs post-launch. They talked about all these things. And when we look at this, even BioWare confirmed that the premium currency in the game can also be earned from playing missions. If you put this under a microscope next to games like Warframe or games like Destiny, none of those games have a way of directly earning platinum or silver in the game. In Destiny, you literally have to pay cash for it. In Warframe, you can trade for it, but someone still has to buy it with real money. So if it was free, will people have the same sentiments about Anthem? And my answer is I doubt that they will. Next, we have a group of individuals with money who are divided into two. Those are people who will spend thousands on a game because it says free to play. A majority of these people will buy or pay $150 every 3 months for skins, or pay $10 for a season pass. Though the Anthem devs already promised free DLCs post-launch, this type of people will still hate on the game. Right now, there is nothing stopping people from watching the devs and what they have to say on their developer streams. They stream and answer questions on these streams every single month, but I guess it's easier to jump on the bandwagon of hate because that's what we have right now. I dislike EA just as the next guy. Trust me, I dislike them for all their scummy practices. But we all seem to forget that out of all these controversies with EA, a beautiful game called A Way Out was also released. This is a game that was published by EA. If you guys remember, the guy that says fuck the Oscars, it was the lead director and developer of that game. In his own words, he said that EA has been really good to him. So once again, this is where creative control comes in. If you're able to make the money, if you're able to meet expectations, then you are allowed to do whatever you feel like doing. This is a game that many critics said was beautiful, and A Way Out is a wonderful game. People love games like Warframe, but forget that the studio is owned by Perfect World Entertainment, one of the most scummiest developers in the world. It's owned by Layu Tech, another Chinese company. The same thing goes for Epic Games, who own Fortnite and all these other studios out there. Everybody is not just all independent. We have to understand that a lot of times people are owned by evil people, but they are capable of doing good things. And sometimes people are owned by evil people and they're capable of doing as much evil as the next guy. Now, I am an individual who has given devs help even when they do nothing tangible with my money. I have given Warframe thousands of dollars over the past few years. I have 2 founders accounts in Dauntless. I was a founder in Paragon. I was a founder in all other games as well because I recognize potential when one is placed in front of me. And it's just sad that the gaming community is lynching BioWare before EA even gets a chance to do so. Anthem is a game that is at this point more polished than some games that have been in development for 5 years. And trust me, you don't know how I know, but trust me, I know. Anthem at this point is more equipped to create something for players of different tiers without marginalizing the player base. Yes, EA is a scummy company, and guess what? Your favorite developers are scummy too, you just don't see it. It's called an illusion of inclusion. They make you feel like they care about you, but 9 times out of 10, they are literally putting you in the slammer, but you just don't see it. Anyone who has questions about this game can watch different people who cover the game or watch developer streams to have a clear understanding of the process. And even for me, I have seen so much hate from my very own Warframe community than from anywhere else. Nobody in the industry is hating on Anthem as much as the Warframe community is doing right now, and it is just ridiculous. Even the devs at Digital Extremes bought all Destiny 2 expansions and tweeted it. They said they loved it. I say, don't become a cult and try to separate BioWare from what EA does. You cannot blame BioWare for FIFA or for Madden or Battlefront 2. You cannot blame BioWare for all those things. Sure, they had a debacle with Andromeda, but that was a different studio. So if BioWare dies, what studio will replace them? What studio? None, exactly. No other studio can replace BioWare in terms of storytelling and some of their beautiful aesthetics. Not DE, not even a miles close. Not Bungie, not even several miles close. Not DICE, not several miles close. Except for maybe CD Projekt or maybe Kojima Studios. No other studios can replace BioWare. Stop lynching the studio before EA even gets a chance to do so. There's a free demo coming out next year, so you will get a chance to try it out. Anthem is an evolution of games you love at start, and it is just crazy to see what the devs are going through right now. They're going through more pressure from the gaming community than it is from EA themselves. I'm sorry, but competition is very important. I see a lot of people spend money for vanity items in games. Some people will buy Prime Access, some people will buy skins in Fortnite. Some people will buy other items in Destiny, buy silver and all those type of things. And the same people will hate on a game because it has a $60 price tag or because it is being published by EA. I will continue to support the devs at BioWare. Just the same way I supported DE with thousands of dollars in Prime Access, I will hope to support them in ways other than just dishing out money. I was one of the people who bought the full Prime Access years ago for $150. I used to buy it almost every 3 months, and not anymore because I just thought, I'm not getting much more for my money. All I got was skins. And I thought to myself, if I can pay for skins more than the price of a full game every 3 months, then I can do this too. So please, let BioWare achieve that vision. Give them the support that you can. Forget what EA is doing right now, because at this point, if you hate on BioWare, the studio will die before EA even gets a chance to prove their point. So anyways, let me know what you think down below in the comment section. It's DA signing out. I'll see you guys in the next one.